At some point in every man's life, the ground beneath him gives way. The plans he built, the people he trusted, the future he thought was certain, all of it can collapse like a house of cards. The woman he thought would never leave is gone. The friends he swore were brothers stop answering the phone. The job that paid the bills dries up overnight. And the debts, the responsibilities, the weight of it all come crashing down at once. It feels like the universe has turned its back on you. Like you're standing in the middle of a storm with no shelter, no backup, no way out. And in that moment, when everything you thought you could lean on is stripped away, life will hand you the most honest mirror you'll ever face. No masks, no excuses, no distractions, just you, the raw version of you. But here's the truth. This collapse isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new one. Not a punishment, but a reset. Not destruction, but the blueprint of the man you're meant to become. At one point in every man's life, things don't just fall apart. They collapse like a house of cards. And when it happens, it doesn't come with warning signs or gentle reminders. It hits you like a storm you didn't see coming. The woman you thought would stay forever leaves. Friends you swore were brothers disappear. The money you counted on dries up. The debts you thought you could manage suddenly feel like chains around your neck. And before you know it, life feels heavier than you ever imagined it could. This is what I call the silent season. It's quiet because nobody really sees what you're going through. The world keeps moving while you're stuck in the middle of your own collapse. It's humbling because it strips you of every illusion, your pride, your comfort, even your sense of control. And yes, it's painful, more painful than words can capture. But listen carefully, as brutal as this season is, it isn't the end, it's the reset. The reset that every real man goes through. The fire that melts away the weakness, so only the solid steel remains. Here's the truth, son. Rebuilding doesn't happen in the spotlight. It happens in silence. Not when the crowd is clapping, not when the world is cheering you on, but when nobody's watching. That's when the real work begins. This season forces you to stop chasing validation. You stop living for the likes, the compliments, the applause. Instead, you start building something more dangerous, conviction. Conviction that doesn't come from others telling you who you are, but from you deciding it for yourself. It's where you start cutting away the quick fixes, the shortcuts, the cheap dopamine hits, and you embrace the kind of growth that's slow, deep, and lasting. You learn to stand alone, to fight for discipline when nobody's holding you accountable, to wake up early when nobody's watching, to push forward when no one even knows you're trying. It's brutal, yes, but it's also where men are forged. Not in comfort, not in applause, but in silence, in the shadows, in the grind that nobody else will ever see. Son, you may not have money right now. You may not have support. You may not even have all the answers. But what you do have is the chance to become unshakable. This season isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's life stripping you down to the bare bones so you can rebuild on a foundation that won't crack when the storm comes. When you learn to stand without applause, you stop being controlled by it. When you learn to push without help, you stop being paralyzed when it's gone. And when you learn to keep going without guarantees, you become the kind of man no loss, no betrayal, no failure can break. Most people spend their lives building walls out of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of being alone. But you're learning to build something different. Resilience. A mind that won't bend under pressure. A spirit that refuses to quit. A backbone that won't collapse, no matter who walks away. That's what this season is giving you. Even if it doesn't feel like it now, the chance to become a man the world can't shake. Son, this isn't the end of your story. It's the blueprint. Life will strip you, break you, and humble you, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you into something greater. Every setback, every betrayal, every season of silence is a chisel shaping you into a man who cannot be shaken. Fix your mind, fix your habits, fix your soul. Don't waste this season wishing it were easier. Use it to build yourself stronger, because one day you'll rise. And when you do, you won't just be the man who survived. You'll be the man who became unbreakable. A man forged in fire, who carries scars not as shame, but as proof. So breathe. You're not cursed. You're being prepared. And when you rise, because you will, no one will ever be able to take that man away from you.